perfection of wisdom, or Prajñāpāramitā, is not just a lofty ideal. It's a living, breathing philosophy that pulses at the heart of Mahāyāna Buddhism. Imagine a wisdom so profound that it dissolves the veils of illusion and liberates you from the chains of suffering. This is not merely an abstract concept. It is the compass guiding countless seekers toward enlightenment. Doesn't that spark a sense of wonder and curiosity within you? What is Prajñāpāramitā? Prajñāpāramitā translates to perfection of wisdom and represents the culmination of the 6 paramitas, qualities or perfections, that bodhisattvas cultivate to progress toward Buddhahood. These virtues are not merely ethical precepts. They are transformative principles woven into the fabric of a life oriented toward liberation and ultimate freedom. Let's explore them more deeply. 1. Dana-Paramita. The practice of giving without attachment or expectation is more than an altruistic act. It is a profound spiritual offering that liberates both the giver and the receiver. Imagine a world where every gift, whether material, emotional, or spiritual, is given with an open heart and a free mind. What if each act of generosity became a thread in a tapestry of collective liberation? Dana teaches us that true wealth lies not in accumulation, but in the freedom to share. 2. Sila Paramita. Ethics, or moral discipline, is the foundation upon which a life of harmony is built. This paramita calls for living with integrity, ensuring our actions cause no harm to ourselves or others. Can you envision the unshakable peace that arises when your thoughts, words, and deeds align seamlessly with your highest values? Sila is not merely a set of rules, but a path to inner tranquility and trust. 3. Ksanti Paramita, often misunderstood as passive endurance, Ksanti is an active and resilient strength. It is the capacity to remain composed in the face of adversity, criticism, or delay. Think about the transformative power of meeting life's challenges with grace rather than resistance. Isn't patience a quiet force that can turn even the fiercest storms into moments of profound clarity? 4. Effort or diligence is the unwavering commitment to cultivating virtue and dispelling ignorance. It is the energy that propels us forward on the path to awakening. What drives your determination to grow, to serve, to contribute? Virya is not about blind ambition, but a purposeful and joyful perseverance that fuels spiritual and personal growth. 5. The practice of dhyana involves cultivating a deep, tranquil focus that steadies the mind and prepares it for insight. Imagine having the clarity and calm to navigate life's complexities with ease. What would it mean to possess a mind so unwavering that it becomes a sanctuary amidst chaos? Dhyana is not only about meditation, but about being fully present in every moment. 6. Utu. 16. Kindness. Tukemkem. Vegetarianism. 17. Prajñāpāramitā. Primkraje. Wisdom power. 18. 13. Respite. Considered the crown jewel of the paramitas, prajna is the deep, penetrating wisdom that perceives reality as it truly is, interdependent, impermanent, and empty of inherent existence. It cuts through ignorance, the root of suffering, and unveils the interconnectedness of all things. What if this clarity could transform your perspective, liberating you from the illusions that bind you to fear, attachment, and aversion? Among these, Prajñāpāramitā stands as the guiding light, illuminating the entire path. It is the lens through which all other virtues gain their full meaning and efficacy. Wisdom does not merely complement the other paramitas. It integrates and elevates them, ensuring that each step on the path is taken with mindful understanding. This clarity invites us to pause, to reflect, and to embrace the profound simplicity of seeing things as they truly are. Doesn't the ideas of such boundless wisdom inspire a profound sense of awe and aspiration? The historical depth of Prajñāpāramitā, these teachings trace back to ancient Mahāyāna texts like the Heart Sutra and the Diamond Sutra. Imagine the countless practitioners over centuries who have wrestled with these ideas, striving to integrate them into their lives. Isn't it humbling to realize we're part of a lineage of seekers stretching back through time? The Dalai Lama, with his wisdom and compassion, has beautifully woven these teachings into a tapestry that speaks to modern hearts. He reminds us that these ancient insights are not relics. They're living wisdom that addresses our deepest struggles today. How incredible is it that such timeless truths remain so relevant? Emptiness, the heart of wisdom. The concept of emptiness, sunyata, can seem daunting, even unsettling. Yet, it is profoundly liberating. Emptiness doesn't mean nothingness. It means that all things arise through interdependence. Think about it. Isn't it both humbling and awe-inspiring to realize that nothing exists in isolation? The Dalai Lama explains that understanding emptiness helps us dissolve clinging and aversion, the twin forces that trap us in cycles of suffering. With this insight, we learn to dance with life's impermanence rather than resist it. Can you feel the weight lifting as you imagine letting go of the illusions that confine you, integrating wisdom into life? Wisdom doesn't stand alone. It intertwines with the other perfections, creating a harmonious path. It serves as both a guide and a foundation, weaving meaning and depth into our actions and virtues. For example, generosity becomes purer when free from attachment. When we give without clinging to outcomes or possessions, wisdom allows our generosity to be a true expression of selflessness. It transcends material exchanges, becoming a reflection of our understanding of impermanence and interconnection. Ethics are guided by an understanding of interconnectedness. Wisdom reveals that our actions are never isolated. They impact not only ourselves, but also the people and environment around us. Ethical conduct, therefore, is not a rigid adherence to rules, but a compassionate response to the interconnected web of existence. Patience deepens when we see challenges as empty of inherent existence. Wisdom helps us see difficulties as impermanent and lacking a fixed essence. This perspective allows us to approach adversity with calmness and equanimity, turning moments of frustration into opportunities for growth and understanding. Effort is energized by the realization that our actions ripple through the web of life. With wisdom, we see the far-reaching effects of our endeavors. This realization inspires a joyful and determined effort, knowing that even small actions can contribute to the greater good. Concentration becomes the fertile ground where wisdom flourishes. Focused attention allows us to penetrate the surface of experiences, uncovering deeper truths. Wisdom arises naturally in the stillness and clarity of a concentrated mind, enabling profound insights to emerge. Isn't it amazing how these virtues support and enrich one another? They are not isolated practices, but interdependent qualities, each enhancing the others as wisdom harmonizes them into a cohesive path of growth and fulfillment. The Dalai Lama's practical teachings. For those of us navigating the complexities of modern life, the Dalai Lama offers practical ways to bring wisdom into our daily routines. 1. Mindful awareness. Pause and reflect on the interdependence of your choices. How does each decision shape your world? Awareness. Consider how small actions ripple outward, impacting your environment, relationships, and even your inner state. Integrate mindful breathing or brief meditation breaks into your day to cultivate presence in each moment. Recognize patterns in your thoughts and habits, using this awareness to make intentional, meaningful adjustments. 2. Compassionate action. Let your understanding of emptiness fuel empathy, Can you approach conflicts with kindness rather than judgment? Oh, acknowledge the shared humanity in others, especially during disagreements, and practice active listening to build bridges of understanding. Oh, engage in acts of kindness, no matter how small, as a way to nurture both your own well-being and that of others. Oh, reflect on how cultivating compassion can transform not just relationships, but also your perception of the challenges you face. 3. Continuous growth. Dive into teachings and meditative practices. Doesn't the journey itself become a source of joy when you embrace it fully? Go. Explore new perspectives through reading, discussion, or attending talks that deepen your understanding of life's interconnectedness. Oh, make time for consistent meditation or journaling to reflect on personal growth and uncover areas for further exploration. Oh, celebrate progress, however incremental, as each step contributes to a richer, more fulfilling path. Through these practices, the Dalai Lama inspires a way of living that is both profound and accessible, inviting us to weave timeless wisdom into the fabric of our everyday lives. A philosophical reflection. Pause for a moment and ask yourself, what is wisdom to me? Is it just knowledge, or is it a way of being that transforms how I see and live? Wisdom, in its truest essence, transcends the mere accumulation of facts or intellectual understanding. It is a profound alignment of insight and action, a way of perceiving the world that illuminates the interconnectedness of all life. True wisdom, as Prajñāpāramitā teaches us, is not an end but a means to liberation. For yourself and for all beings, it is the compassionate understanding that cuts through the illusions of separateness and ego, guiding us toward a life of harmony and purpose. Isn't that a purpose worth striving for? A life enriched not by what we possess, but by how deeply we understand and nurture the bonds that unite us all. The ultimate aspiration, the practice of Prajñāpāramitā, leads to the ultimate realization of truth. It's not merely a spiritual endeavor, it's a profound journey of self-discovery that liberates the mind and awakens the soul to its infinite capacity for wisdom and compassion. Imagine a world where every individual embraces this transformative wisdom, a place where humanity collectively rises to embody love, understanding, and harmony. Doesn't such a vision ignite a sense of hope and boundless inspiration within you? Through the teachings of the Dalai Lama, we are reminded that this path is not reserved for a select few. It is an open invitation to all who seek freedom from suffering and yearn to live in alignment with universal truth. This transformative journey is both a challenge and a gift. It asks us to confront our limitations, transcend our fears, and nurture the seeds of enlightenment within. In doing so, we honor the legacy of countless bodhisattvas who have paved the way and laid the foundation for a more awakened and compassionate world. How will you respond to this call? Will you take that first bold step toward liberation? Each small action, each moment of reflection, and each compassionate choice brings you closer to the realization of your own infinite potential. Embrace this wisdom wholeheartedly. Let it permeate your thoughts and guide your actions. Reflect deeply, allowing the essence of Prajñāpāramitā to illuminate your path. Who knows? This very moment could mark the beginning of your great awakening, a step toward a world transformed by love, understanding, and the boundless possibilities of the human spirit. Third person, living the teachings of Prajñāpāramitā. To truly embody the perfection of wisdom, it's important to understand how it permeates every aspect of our lives. Consider the relationships you hold with the people around you. How often do we see others through the lens of preconceived notions and attachments? Practicing Prajñāpāramitā invites us to see beyond these superficial judgments. Ask yourself, can I see the emptiness in my judgments and the interconnected nature of my relationships? When we do, conflicts dissolve and compassion naturally arises. Wisdom in action. Wisdom is not confined to meditation cushions or temple halls. It's alive in every choice we make, every interaction we engage in. Imagine standing in the long line, feeling the frustration bubbling up. In that moment, wisdom reminds us of impermanence and interdependence. The person in front of you is not a barrier to your goal, but a fellow traveler in life's journey. Doesn't this perspective soften the heart? Deepening meditation, a gateway to wisdom. Meditative practices are the bedrock of cultivating Prajñāpāramitā. The Dalai Lama often emphasizes analytical meditation, a method where one contemplates the nature of reality through inquiry and reasoning. Picture yourself sitting in stillness, examining a thought, an emotion, or even the sense of self. Ask, where is this thought coming from? What is its nature? As you peel back the layers, the truth of emptiness begins to reveal itself. But meditation is not just about profound realizations. It's also about transforming everyday experiences. The next time you feel anger or attachment, pause and meditate on its nature. What causes it? How does it fade? Isn't it empowering to realize that these emotions don't own us, but arise and dissolve like waves on the ocean, facing modern challenges with ancient wisdom? In our fast-paced world, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. Deadlines loom, relationships falter, and uncertainties abound. How can Prajñāpāramitā guide us through such challenges? The answer lies in perspective. When we understand the interdependent nature of our struggles, they lose their overwhelming grip. Imagine facing a difficult decision with the clarity that all outcomes are interconnected and ultimately transient. Doesn't that make the process less daunting? The role of community. The journey of wisdom is deeply personal, but also profoundly communal. Surrounding ourselves with like-minded practitioners creates an environment of mutual growth and support. Think about the people in your life who inspire you. How can you nurture these connections to foster shared learning and compassion? A community of practitioners in sustaining the spiritual path. Isn't there strength in walking this journey together? Bridging wisdom and compassion. Wisdom and compassion are often described as two wings of a bird. Without both, the bird cannot fly. Prajñāpāramitā reminds us that understanding emptiness naturally gives rise to compassion. When we see that others suffer because of ignorance and clinging, doesn't it stir a deep desire to help? And when we act with compassion, doesn't it deepen our wisdom by connecting us to the reality of interdependence? A call to action. Living a life of awakening. Every moment is an opportunity to practice wisdom. Whether it's through generosity, ethical conduct, patience, effort, concentration, or insight, each step we take on this path transforms us and the world around us. Ask yourself, how can I embody these teachings today? What small act can I perform to align with the wisdom of Prajñāpāramitā? Remember, the journey is as important as the destination. Each step, no matter how small, brings us closer to awakening. Let's honor the wisdom of those who came before us by continuing the legacy of compassion and understanding. Together, we can create a world where wisdom and kindness shine brightly for all.